Now when it comes to creating a new presentation, as you recall, you come up here, click on File, go Backstage, down to New, and you can start from scratch with a blank presentation or choose from one of these fine fancy ones. Or better yet, if you've got one that you would like to save as a template so you can base all future presentations upon that. For example, let me hit the back arrow. I've got one here, and it's our meetings that we have. Let's say that I'm going to have a lot more meetings, but they're not always going to be annual, maybe in Salt Lake, and not, well, we won't have the year. And then maybe on slide 2, we won't always offer breakfast, we won't have group meetings. In other words, I'm trying to find out all those things that aren't going to be dynamic with each meeting, that will always stay static. Well, one thing's for sure is that we'll always have, like I said, on this slide, the president's address, fundraiser ideas, and maybe, well, what we're about here. Let's go back, but not always annual. So go ahead and make the changes of things that are going to be dynamic, that will always be changing with each new presentation. And then when you're done, go ahead and save it as a template. And you can do that by coming up here on the Quick Access toolbar, clicking on Save As, or you can go Backstage, File, down to Save As. Let's click on Save As since it's here. And then change the type from a PowerPoint presentation to a PowerPoint template. Not the other PowerPoint template that has an earlier version, 97 through 2003, but the current one just says PowerPoint template, and it's got the extension .potx. And the extension is the extended name of whatever name you give this presentation. It tells the operating system what program to open up this file in. If you want to learn more about extensions, you can watch my Windows training video on extensions. Let's go ahead and select it. The moment I change the type to a template, it dumps me into the Custom Office Templates folder. You can save it wherever else you want to save it, but just know that if you go Backstage and you select the Custom option, it's going to be looking in this folder. And so if it's not in this folder, oh, oopsie doodle, oh well. In any case, let's come down here and give it a name. And you can see that by default, it's got a generic name and then dot and the extended name for the operating system, so it can know that POTX, hey, that's a PowerPoint template. It opens up in the PowerPoint program. In any case, you can delete it here. It will remember the .potx. You don't have to type it in. Again, you can watch my Windows training video on extensions, because there's some things you can do or can't do that if you don't do the no-nos, then you'll find that you can't open up a file in one of the programs because it doesn't know what program to open up the file in. In any case, this is going to be our GOPS meeting template. Click Save, and you can see up on the title bar the name of it with the extension .potx. So any additional changes that I make while it's still open will update that template, but I'm not going to do that. Let's go ahead and close out. And we wait a while, and the boss comes up to me and says, okay, let's go ahead and have another meeting. It's going to be this week or next week, and let's have some weekly meetings. And I'm like, hey, you know what? I already have that saved as a template. I can just go ahead and overwrite with some of the changes that are made by opening up PowerPoint and going Backstage, File, to New, to Custom, and it's going to be in the Custom Office Template folder. Click on it. There we go. All you have to do is go ahead and click on it, and it gives you a preview, so you can go ahead and toggle through to make sure, yep, that looks right. And then click Create, and it's got everything there. We just have to make a few changes, right? Let's go ahead and close out. You can also right-click on it to also do a preview, or just go ahead and click on Create, and there we go. Up at the top in the title bar, you get a generic name until you save it. Then it'll force a Save As. So if you come up here and click on Save, it does the Save As so it doesn't overwrite the original, which is a template. And it can't because, well, we're not in the templates folder, first off. And second of all, it doesn't have the .potx unless you change this to PowerPoint template .potx and, go ahead and overwrite, which we'll talk about in just a minute. But right now, let's keep it simple. Just go ahead and click Save. And then make your changes. This is going to be our weekly instead of annual meeting, a few tweakages here and there. But for the most part, you wouldn't have to insert like your logo or other things because it was already done for us, and we just basically created the copy of the template. And you can always click on New and click on that template until the cows come home forever. It'll always be there until you delete it. So you can always base new presentations upon that template. Oh, isn't that fun? So if you want to be able to overwrite the template, like let's say, okay, you know what? It's not always going to be in Salt Lake City. Delete that. I need to update that. Of course, it won't always be weekly. So you make some changes and you want to update your template so all future presentations that are based upon that template won't have that, then go ahead and come up here and just do the same thing. Save as. Change it from a PowerPoint presentation to a template. It goes into the Custom Office Templates folder. It's right there. Select it so it updates the file name so it matches. So when you click Save, it says, are you sure you want to replace it? Of course I do. And then you can close out and open up PowerPoint later on, and you'll have those new updates. Now let me go ahead and open it up. And let's say that I want to delete it now. Well, you can just come up here, click on Save As. And I know we're not saving anything, but what you can do is when you change the type to a PowerPoint template, now you can see the template that you want to delete. Now that you can see it, you can right-click on it and delete it. That works, right? Yes. And then it's gone. You're good. You don't have to click Save or anything else. You can just click Cancel. Now, if you do run into a problem that when you go backstage File and you go down to New and you click on Custom and you don't see these folders there, like your custom office templates, when I click on it, there shouldn't be anything because we deleted it. In any case, what you need to do, and it backed me out to the front stage, is go backstage File, go down to Options, go to Save, and then down over here where it says Default Personal Templates Location, that may be another folder or it might be totally cleared. So you can go ahead and, well, I was going to say write down the address, but the user login won't be training for you. It's whatever your user login name is. So to get the address for you, well, one thing you can do, let me click Cancel. And when you click on Save As, and you've got change it to the PowerPoint template, it takes me to that folder, right? Well, while you're there, you can come up here and click on the folder, and it gives you the actual address to that folder. You can right-click on the selection and copy it, alrighty, and you can click Cancel, and then you can, well, if you right-click here, you'll be able to see it when I paste it. That's the address, but you wouldn't do that. You would go File, and go down to Options, to Save, and you'd right-click in here and paste it. So, if I delete it, right-click in here and paste it, there you go. Good. So once it's pointing to that folder, which brings up a good point, you can point to any other folder you want, but remember, if you point it to another folder, well, when you go File to New, when you select Custom, well, you're going to have another option here. So you'll have a different name than the Custom Office Template folder. So like, for example, if I back out of that, and let's do the desktop. Let me minimize that down to the taskbar, and let's open up the Exercises folder and click on that folder, and then right-click on the address to copy it, close out. I'm probably going a lot further in this training video than I cared to, and go ahead and restore that in PowerPoint. Click on File, go down to Options, go to Save, and then Control-V as in Victor to paste it. So the default personal template location is going to be there. So when I click Okie dokie, I click on File, go down to New, select Custom. Well, now it's pointing to the Exercises folder. So hey, I don't have to go with PowerPoint's default template folder location. You can update this and choose another folder. Awesome. Thanks for watching. Hey, as a quick reminder, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also click on me and subscribe to my channel to get notified of the latest videos. And for great specials on my products, please see the description below this video.